ATC Weather Lab. Here's Eric's forecast.
Today's was one of those days where you just wanted to stay inside under the blanket and maybe enjoy a nice big pot of gumbo because it was a very wet and dreary day with the rain starting early this morning and now continuing all throughout the afternoon. We are just now beginning to see the rains let up here in the hub city, but for some of the portions from Iberia down in the St. Mary Parish, you still have maybe a couple more hours before eventually the rains come to an end, and we are looking at a very fall-like Saturday before some sunshine returns on Sunday. Here's the big picture as far as the water vapor in the upper levels, what we have going on. So we have this upper level low, but it's kind of cut off. That's what kind of been slowing everything down, as there's nothing really to help kick this low along. So that's what's been keeping those rains in the forecast throughout much of the day, and then also tapping into some of that Gulf of Mexico moisture with our now post-tropical Olga system that is working up and still going to bring some heavy rains, as mentioned, to Iberia, St. Mary, and over towards the New Orleans area through the overnight hours. But by tomorrow morning, eventually this moves off to the east, and we do get some drier air to work in, making it feel a little bit on the cooler side, but the winds will also be picking up behind this system. Here's a look at the satellite and radar. It shows those showers that were streaming across the area throughout much of the afternoon and now the evening, starting to break up apart across northern portions of Louisiana and back over in the Mississippi. But you can see as Olga's getting closer, still some deep moisture, as I mentioned, across southeastern and central Louisiana, making its way in the portions of Iberia and St. Mary Parish. So you can see some moderate to even heavy showers that'll be working in through New Iberia, Jeanerette, down Highway 90 towards Morgan City, and this will continue for at least another couple hours. So it does look like the possibility for more heavy rains on top of what you've already received today. So flooding could maybe be a possibility. Lafayette, we're going to be right on the edge of this. We could see a few more showers through the overnight, but you can see a very sharp cutoff from Delcombe over to Abbeville with those rains. And so with the rains more or less down to the south and southeast, they've able to let the flash flood warnings off to the west expire, but we still do have them until 4 o'clock in the morning, with that possibility of another 1 to 3 inches, mainly again New Iberia down to Morgan City on top of the 1 to 3 inches you got today. So just kind of keep that in mind through the overnight hours, but hopefully by tomorrow morning things have all kind of drained off and we shouldn't have too many issues beyond that. So here's how the model plays it. Rain showers continuing to cross Lafayette down to Morgan City through about 2 o'clock. We'll still have that chance for at least through another 4 hours or so, but then beyond that, the system begins to lift to the north and northeast. We're drying out. Clouds linger, though, throughout much of the day on Saturday, and that keeps us a little bit on the cool side. So post-tropical system Olga now. Winds have come up a little bit, the 50 miles per hour. Still, you can see that burst of convection, so that's those thunderstorms that we're watching that are moving inland that could cause some of that flooding through the overnight, but it quickly races off to the north and northeast and will be all the way up towards the Great Lake region by about 24 hours from now. Expected to bring rains across the Tennessee Valley up into the Midwest and then eventually over to the northeast through the weekend. So it does look like a wet weekend thanks to this system for much of the eastern half of the country. Now, as this system moves through, it will begin to crank up the winds a little bit through the overnight, and you can see up to about 20, some gusts up to 25 miles per hour. So you might notice that through the overnight. And then as we go throughout the day, you can see we'll stay right around 10 to 15 miles sustained out of the west northwest. So definitely going to be one of those fall blustery days with a good bit of cloud cover around. And so with those winds and the storm riding up, we do have coastal flood advisories until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning from Vermilion Parish all the way down towards New Orleans, as tides will be running 1 to 2, maybe 3 feet above normal, especially at high tide as we get close to 3 o'clock in the morning, right as that system is moving onshore. So there's the low moving through pretty much Morgan City and then lifting up into Mississippi by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. Breezy conditions with a good bit of clouds to start off the day. Cooler temperatures a ride in behind it. A good bit of clouds remain throughout the afternoon, but maybe some dull sunshine pushing late into the day, and then a better chance for that sunshine pushing into our Sunday, which should help to warm things back up into about the mid to 70s, so starting to feel a little bit nicer. So showers ending for most of us except down for New Iberia and St. Mary, and winds beginning to pick up through the overnight as temperatures get down to about 75 by tomorrow morning. And then for our Saturday, mostly cloudy and cool. As mentioned, still have some breeze. 67 is all we'll get for the high, so a nice fall-like day. 73 and sunny on Sunday, a little better on Monday as we get into the mid to upper 70s from Monday and Tuesday, and then the next chance for rain looks to arrive by about Wednesday into maybe Halloween. Models still a little uncertain on that. They're going back and forth, but it does look like a chilly start to November.
Sure does. All right, thanks, Eric.